All right, so one of the things that's really important to me is try to eat everything I kill, either myself and my family or donate it, usually with a case of deer every year so that it all gets used. But I've got a turkey breast left over from the Montana turkey hunt last year and looking for a new recipe, trying new things. It is the time of COVID-19, so we're all quarantined, and one of the things I'm trying to do is learn some new recipes and cook a little bit more. I've got a new Traeger recipe. It's the smoked wild turkey breast by Jeremiah Doughty, and looks awesome. So this is going to be a two-day process anyway, based on the brining that takes place. So I'm going to kind of walk you through it. I'll show you the recipe. I've pre-mixed all of the ingredients for the brine, which is you can see that on the recipe when I flash it up here. It's all pre-mixed here. I need to add this to the turkey breast with 4 cups of water. Let it brine at least 12 to 24 hours. So if I do it by tomorrow, cook it tomorrow night for dinner, sounds like a pretty good plan to me. So I'm gonna clean this up and get it ready to brine and put it in the fridge, and we'll get it checked out tomorrow. All right, so I got my clean turkey breast, clean bowl, 4 cups of water, all of my pre-mixed ingredients. I suggest letting it brine from 12 to 24 hours. So if I do it till tomorrow, I'll be able to get it out, take it out of the brine, let it rest until we decide to throw it on the Traeger for dinner. All right, put it in the fridge, wait till tomorrow. So I just got the turkey out of the fridge. It's been sitting in the brine for 24 hours, so I'm ready to follow the next steps. I have the recipe in my Traeger recipe book, but in the middle of all this going on, Traeger just announced the launch of their brand new app. So I've got the recipe here. I'm gonna follow it on the app, which is pretty sweet. Tons of tips and tactics, the recipes on here. It's got the ingredients and equipment, the steps, any notes I might make. You can adjust how many people you're cooking for the amount of ingredients. It's pretty awesome. So first step is to remove the turkey from the brine. So do that, set it here. The next step is to turn the grill on, and we'll head out there and do that. I gotta get it fired up, get it going, preheated, and then we'll turn it up to 180 degrees. Just turn it on to smoke, open the lid. That auger gets going. It's cold out here. It doesn't feel much like a mid-April day. But once the firebox gets lit, the smoke will start. Then I can turn the temperature up to 180 degrees, let it get fired up, shut the lid, and then I'll be ready to throw the turkey breast on it. All right, so I've got the Traeger all fired up, heating up to 180 degrees. In the meantime, I've got all of my rub mixture that I've pre-made. Again, the ingredients are all listed on the app. So now it's just time to put these, combine the ingredients and season it with the rub, and we'll place it directly on the grill once it's heated up. Again, the one thing I have not done that the recipe called for was left the skin on, obviously one side of the breast, and when I took care of my turkey, I wasn't even thinking about that or didn't have this recipe in mind. So the recipe calls for it cooking at 180 degrees for anywhere from 5 to 8 hours. Mainly just have to have the internal temperature reach what the recipe calls for. And once it reaches that, you take it off and you let it rest, and it should still cook to get the internal temperature up to 165 degrees. So got this pretty well rubbed down. Smells extremely good. So once that Traeger hits 180 degrees, we'll take this out there, set a timer, and I probably won't even check it for another 4 or 5 hours. All right, we've been cooking for 6.5 hours. We came out and checked a few minutes ago. The
internal temperature is what we need. Here we go, 160 internal temp, which is perfect. So we'll take this off. We'll let it rest for a little bit, and we'll see how Jeremiah's recipe tastes. All I can tell you is it smells absolutely delicious.
All right, I've been letting this rest, but it looks like a little mouse beat me to the punch here. So, I guess I can't lie and say we haven't tried it, but even though there's no skin on this, which the recipe called for, that's really good. I have yet to have anything on the Traeger that isn't really good. This has a little cayenne pepper in it, and it's got a little bit of a kick, but it's a really, really good flavor. Really tender and juicy on the inside. So, we're gonna have this for dinner, along with some broccoli and some wild rice. Really good, really healthy. It only took 5 or 6 hours. Perfect.